By show of hands, who would like to lose weight? Who would like to be more fit? Healthier? Happier? Better looking? You want too much. Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. I released today my second book in a series called Side Hustle and Flow, and this book is entitled Shape Up. So to tell you a little bit about my story and my journey, I'm a musician, an award-winning musician, author. I have a radio show every week in Los Angeles on Saturday nights out of KCSN, out of CSUN, Cal State Northridge. I've been a house band leader for music on television for Discovery Channel and HBO Max. And I've had an exciting life. But with that, sometimes when you're hustling, you sometimes aren't the healthiest, right? Especially musicians, you're up late at night, you're eating late, you're talking to people who are always sick. It's a thing, right? But as I started to work on getting the first book out, 2020 I started writing it, came out in 2022. Audio book came out in 2023. It was all about how I work full time as vice president of a digital marketing firm and how I was able to find time to do all of these great passion projects. And I loved it. I loved teaching people about how you can be more, do more, live more. But unfortunately, during that time, I was very unhealthy. So about 5 years ago, 2019, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and I also had high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Now, I come from a family of people, we're not going to say they're fat, but we're going to say big bones. We're going to say more to love. The doctor told me I wasn't fat, he just said I was too short. But all that is to say, I've seen people in my family who've had diabetes, and they had limbs cut off, and they went blind, and I did not want that for myself. So working with my doctor, I was on 1 pill, then 2 pills, then 3 pills, then 4 pills, then 5 pills. Lo and behold, when they gave me a new magical 6th pill, I had a chain reaction where I could not take it. And that's when I was at the precipice of, what am I going to do? The doctor is saying, you have to have this life-saving pill, and I can't take it. My body doesn't want it. And the only thing that I could do is lose weight. But my doctor is Captain Obvious. Of course I need to lose weight. I knew I was overweight, but the one thing my doctor didn't do is ever tell me how to lose weight. So for 3 years, I took pill, never lost any weight. The doctor actually never told me how to lose weight. So I had to leave that doctor and find a registered dietitian. I went to a woman by the name of Gwen, black woman from the Caribbean, like Elaine, beautiful, very beautiful. But the magic of Gwen taking supplements and eating right and being healthy and diet and sleep and hydration is this woman in her 60s looked like she was in her 40s. She had never had illness her whole life, any major illnesses. And she had worked with hundreds of people to help them get healthy. And so July 5th of the previous year, I decided to lose 50 pounds in 5 months.
Ooh.
It was aggressive. And the funny thing is that when you work with a dietitian, they always tell you, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. But more importantly, you can eat whatever you want, as long as what you want is on this list. And that's the secret sauce. It's not about denying yourself, but it is about knowing how things metabolize in your body. One of the biggest learnings and takeaways that I learned to Shape Up is that you have to learn to love the foods that love you back. Because all this time, when I was sitting, rushing, eating McDonald's, it was not loving me back. And it wasn't helping me. It's helping McDonald's and their bottom line, but not my bottom line. So ultimately, I'm not here to pitch to you how to do anything or what to do or to lose weight, because you will or you won't. I can show and you can decide. But for me, losing 50 pounds or whatever it is not difficult if you're building a team around you and you have goals. The very first thing that I learned is that it's all about the verbiage that you use. And that happens when I'm working on goals for music, and it happens when I'm working on goals for fitness. If I'm talking to a person, a client, and they say, I should lose weight, they won't. Because that's not strong enough wording. You have to say, I must lose the weight. I have to lose the weight. And if I do that, then it will actually happen. The second thing is that I have to be very specific in my goal. When I went to the dietitian, I said, I want to lose 50 pounds in 5 months. I have to then set metrics and a goal to be able to do that, right? Now, if I say I want to lose some weight sometime, that won't happen. It's just not strong enough. Your body and your mind will start moving towards what you put energy towards and what you think about most and how you put a plan together, right? Now, outside of diet, I will say this. There's lots of people who go to the gym, right? And I used to think that when they said about how obese America was, we were the most obese country. We're actually 15th on the list, but we are the biggest. But more importantly, besides food, but I will say, besides exercise about 10% of what you have to do. You can't over-exercise what you eat. So 90% is diet. Second thing is that sleep is very important. If you don't sleep enough, if you don't rest enough, what tends to happen is that your body will just start packing on weight because of that loss of sleep. And a miracle that I never knew is that if you miss sleep over time, over and over again, you can never make it up. If I lose an hour or two of sleep, I only 6 hours a night, it's not I can sleep 10 the next night and it all makes up. Your body does not do that. So you just keep having a deficit that's never coming back. And then the last thing is hydration. Drinking water is important because it keeps you full so you don't overeat, but also your body is like 75% water and it's hydrated. It needs to be satiated all the time. So it's not about having one thing or all the things to be able to shape up. It's more about having the mindset that you can, visualizing what it is to be thinner and healthier, and you'll be happy that you started. Friday was Quitter's Day, today is Restart Day, and I want everyone to shape up. Thank you.
All right.